Today I'm reviewing a new light that I've added to my kit, and that is the PocketLite F7 Mini by FalconEyes. First, we're gonna jump into what you get in the box here. So off the bat, you get the light, of course, and then you get a couple of really cool accessories. And first up, you get a diffusion cover, and it's very important to have one of these, and a lot of pocket lights don't come with them, but this is a very small light source. So the reason for this diffusion cover is to soften your light. Now, this is a really nice welcome feature, is a little rubber grid, and this grid helps to direct the light. So you get the little rubber grid, and then you get a cold shoe mounted friction arm, which you could attach to the bottom of your light and then attach to the top of your camera. And then you get a little carrying case. Now, I don't use the carrying case, but it's there. It has a little carabiner here, or mommy hook, whatever you want to call it. And this allows you to store everything you get. So you also get a USB-C charging cable, and I'm actually using that charging cable to charge another light at the moment. Anyway, so once we get this back in the box, we're gonna talk about just some overall specs and features of this little light. Now, seeing as this light is called the PocketLite Mini, it comes in at just under 4 by 3 inches and weighs only 4.7 ounces, making it a very easy to carry light. You can stick it in your pocket, like the name says, toss it in your bag just about anywhere. Now, in direct comparison to the Aputure MC, the F7 Mini is a little bit larger. It has some additional plastic, as part of the design on the edge, and it's not a frameless design like the Aputure. In fact, I would consider the Aputure MC to have a little bit more of a well-built design, and it's a little bit more sleeker and a little bit more low profile. But just like the Aputure MC, you do have the magnets on the back, which allow you to stick the light to light stands, tripods, to cars, whatever it is, anything that's metal, you can stick it to it. I've often stuck it to the top of my ceiling fan to help shine some light down on to me and my other studio. But you also can mount the light, again, with this cold shoe mount via the 1/4-20 at the bottom. You can stick it on a light stand if you want, whatever it is. The 1/4-20 allows you to have an additional mounting point besides the magnets. One feature that the PocketLite Mini does not have that the Aputure MC has is the wireless charging. However, that's not something that I've even used with the MC, so to me, it's not too much of a deal breaker. I just plug in the USB-C and get going. Now, speaking of charging, the battery life, you can expect just a little over an hour and a half. And once you've depleted the battery life, you can simply plug it into the USB-C cable for lightning fast charging. In terms of light quality, the F7 Mini is rated at 96 CRI, and you could choose between multiple different modes of lighting, including CCT color temps ranging from 2500 to 9000 Kelvin. The F7 Mini also has a full RGB spectrum, which you can control from the light itself or from the Desal Light app, which we're gonna talk about here in a moment. Now, the feature that I love most about the F7 Mini is the fact that you can choose between over 20 different effects, or scenes as they call it. Now, you can control these scenes directly from the light itself or from the Desal Light app for iOS and Android. So you could choose between scenes like lightning, candle, you could choose high and low beam like headlights, police car. You could choose between HSI, which is hue, saturation, intensity, which is basically just an RGB spectrum cycle. Party, RGB strobes, ambulance, strobe lights, TV screens, all sorts of different effects which you can control the intensity or the speed of. And on the app, speaking of, you could choose between all these different effects. You could choose between the color, so you could cycle between the color of the light itself, the CCT levels, and you could also sync up the light to music, which I haven't messed with too much, but I could see it being useful if you're filming a party scene or something like that. Now, one really cool feature of the app itself, and you can only do this with the app, is the color picker feature. All you have to do is simply enable color or picture mode, which is a color picker, point it at a color, and you simply hit the picker icon and the light changes color. And it's very responsive, very quick. There's no lag or delay. I'm very impressed with how responsive and how quick the app is. Just simply turned on the light, open the app on the phone, hit add device, and it found the light. Now, something very important to note here is that when the light is plugged into the USB, you cannot control it or connect to it from your phone. So that's something you want to keep in mind here. And overall, I think that with these 20 scenes, you get quite a bit more than you do with the Aputure MC. I think the Aputure MC has under a dozen, and you get 20 with the F7 Mini for less money. Now, a few ways that you could use a light like this is you could use it to light up small spaces. Now, this light's not going to light up a large space. It's a very small light, and again, it does have a very harsh light source. One example of lighting a scene would be in a car. If you wanted to stick this on the sun visor of your car and you want to light your subject, you could do that. One way that I use this light quite a bit is when filming product B-roll or taking my thumbnail photos. Oftentimes I'll just simply grab my product here and I would just move the light around or position it on a frame and take my shot. And being able to change the color to, say, match a brand color. Let's say I'm shooting something for Bright Tangerine. One of their brand colors is orange. I could use the color picker app to select their specific orange and use it to add some accent lighting to my product B-roll. Another situation where I have found the Pocket Light to be useful is if I want to add some sort of accent lighting to an interview subject. So simply I could, whether I do RGB mode, whatever the case, I could add it behind the subject, off camera, and just use it to add a little bit of accent lighting. You can see here, I think maybe on my sweater, you can see a little bit of accent lighting, whatever it is. It's a great little tool just to plug it in, set it up right out of frame. It's not gonna take up a lot of space. Boom, you have yourself a nice little accent light. So to wrap it up, we're just gonna quickly talk about the overall value of this light. Now, compared to the Aputure MC, which comes in at $90, for $79, you get the F7 Mini, which has the 20 additional effects. Now, yes, you do not get the wireless charging, but if you're someone who's just gonna buy 1 or 2 lights, I don't consider that to be too big of a deal. So if you are looking for a very budget-friendly light with tons of effects, the F7 Mini is the way to go. Now, if you'd like to pick up the F7 Mini, I'm gonna put a link down in the description below to it. It's an affiliate link, and anytime you guys purchase from those affiliate links from my channel, you guys really help me out. And I wanna just quickly add to the tail end of this video and thank you guys for all of the support you've been giving me. You're helping to keep this channel growing, and you're helping me to just keep producing content. And I wanna say that I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. Now, with that being said, guys, if you enjoyed this review, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Also, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Until next time, take care. I simply attach it to my camera. Oh!